Yeah.
Ooh, that's some good camera angles right there.
Here we go.
Woo! Morning, RJ.
Morning.
You know, I want to give you a shout out. I'm going to tell you why.
Why?
All right. We are back.
Take compliments well.
We are back on the blue. We are back on the blue. The people are back. They're excited.
Yeah.
And I just want to give you a shout out for the way that you've handled the coronavirus.
Thank you.
I feel like you did a really good job in making sure that we stayed relevant, that we kept our members engaged some way, somehow through this. So
we'll give him a clap.
Congratulations,
Congratulations, brother.
You're a great leader, buddy.
Yeah.
You're a great leader.
Woo, woo, woo.
Hell yeah. We even got Jen Rancher back there. Michelle, I know you're agree with this too. Anyways, we're back. We're going to be shooting the podcast a little bit less regular, but that's only until we find our groove and see when we have time. Get it done. And of course, the world is always changing. The rules are always changing, and we're not exactly sure how we're going to be running this.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the fact that we're back. You're the mid-morning coach. How are things going? How are you finding the attitude?
You know what? I absolutely love it, and I'm actually really shocked and proud of everybody of how conditioned most people were. Because
me too.
Yeah, right. I thought everybody was going
to
to come back and they're going to be sucking wind, and I'm not going to be able to get a push-up out of people. But I'll tell you, like today, people shocked me with how good a shape they were. So it makes our job that much funner, right?
Yeah. Even at 3:45 yesterday, I looked around and I was like, I actually said this out loud, and maybe I should have kept it in my head, but I was like, you guys all look really good, actually.
Yeah,
like I probably could have not said actually, but I'm like, I was expecting everybody to roll in here 30 pounds heavier. And
Corona-19.
Yeah,
I don't think it affect our members.
Not too much.
Or at least the ones that came in.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Maybe they're still the people we have. Like apparently we have 400 active members.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's like we're 60% of our membership hasn't come in yet.
Yeah. Well, how many are you getting in a class a day? I'm getting at least probably, I don't know, 15 to 20, four classes a day. So
I'm not getting 20s. I wish.
No, I'm hitting about 80 people. You're hitting about 60? Jen's doing early morning. So yeah, we're probably about half our membership as we've seen them, maybe. We'll get them back. We'll get them back. People are still getting accustomed to being in this facility. We only had a couple people wearing masks. Everybody else seems to be okay.
Did you have people wearing masks?
They did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they powered through the workout. You know, that's their prerogative. I feel like the next time they came in, they didn't wear it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I think they're just taking their precautions at first. No big deal. But
I think it's going to be like that, and I think it's going to be accelerated, meaning like people are going to start to feel safe. A lot of people are just watching and seeing. They want to see. Is there going to be some kind of like spurt here at Fit Club, right? Like if we didn't get a spurt yet from all the protesting and all that, like there was hundreds of thousands of people, and you can't tell me one of those people didn't have COVID, right? So it's like that's Manitoba only has X amount of people, and most of them were there. Yep. And so if we don't get anything from that, I don't know. And that's my personal opinion.
It's always our personal opinion. Yeah.
And we're just here to talk, right? Yeah. And so if they were able to do that and not have any major illnesses and sicknesses, and because I didn't see everybody didn't have a mask up. No. I saw people walking around and
wearing the protest or where? Oh,
not everybody had a mask up.
No, not everybody did at all.
They're still speaking moistly.
Yeah.
And droplets could be hitting people. So
No, I personally feel, my personal opinion is we're well beyond the fear of it. I don't think there's going to be much of I certainly don't think there's going to be a second wave. Yeah. And I think in a few days, maybe a few weeks, we're going to have loosened regulations. We're going to get back to normal. Yeah. But I'll tell you, I was a little bit annoyed today because I had my bike my bike tire stolen 3 weeks ago now. 3 weeks ago today.
I was going to say, you have my bike. You better not lose my bike.
Well, that's why I have your bike.
Yeah.
Because I needed a bike to ride. And it took forever. So, of course, they're giving me the runaround with respect to when it's going to be ready. And so finally I went in there 2 days ago. I'm like, listen, guys, enough. Just stop. I get it. Everybody's in, Corona. The couriers are 1 to 3 days behind. Everybody's got, maybe they have inventory, maybe they don't. I said, but just give me a straight answer. I mean, you guys are cyclists. This is our transportation. This isn't just something that we want to like hang in our garage, right? So finally, I went in there and said, it's going to be ready today, Rick. So I drove by today this morning, and there was like, I don't know, 7 people deep just to get the bike. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Just to get a bike. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Yeah. And then I'm driving down the banks. The banks are loaded with people. It's amazing how many people still go to the bank.
Banks, yeah.
Yeah. Why do you go to the bank? Never. Do you ever walk into a bank?
No. Even before this, I never ever wanted to go to a bank.
Yeah. I don't understand why people go into banks anymore. Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming maybe elderly people.
That's all I can see is something to do.
Yeah.
Or if you have a meeting, but then if you have a meeting for your mortgage, you have a meeting. You have a set time, you're going to sit down with somebody.
And isn't that all online anyways?
Yeah, like what do you need to go to a teller for if you can just go to the bank machine. I guess if you got quarters and dimes and stuff, but
I guess so. Like we're selling our property, and Jan Michael Ray's one of our sponsors. He got me pre-approved for mortgage. I didn't see the guy. It was literally two emails back and forth. He wanted to see some documentation. That was it. So I don't know. I'm not really sure. I feel like they're just around for just so that they have that physical presence in a community. So we always see the logo as we drive by.
You think a lot of these like brick and mortars are going to just be irrelevant?
Man, that's the $1 million question. If you asked me this a month ago, I would have said nope. I would have said they're gone.
Yeah.
But moving forward, again, people want things to do. Mm-hmm. Just like you said, people need things to do, and they want places to go. And you can't just sit in your house because you will literally lose your marbles, right?
Yeah.
So even if you're just out shopping or if you're out going to the bank or whatever, people want that interaction, human connection. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. It's going to be it's a good question.
I think the most businesses are going to have to pivot and offer both, right? So it's just like us. We offer premium online virtual training, right? Yep. And we also offer premium in-person training, right? And we're also now taking advantage of the summer, and we're doing the outdoor workouts. But I think that a lot of these businesses have got to, doctors are now doing virtual calls, right? Like I never went to the doctor because I don't want to sit in the waiting room with sick people and you know what I mean? And just sit there and not get my appointment.
Who's your doctor? Who's your virtual doctor?
That's Marvin. Marvin's he's not a doctor. He's a
nurse practitioner.
Nurse practitioner, but he does everything the same. 1 finger, 2 finger, whatever you want. It's all the same. He brings it. So
you can reference our previous podcast on RJ's experience with 1 and 2 fingers in the bum hole.
I say, hey Marvin, next time it's 2, buddy.
If it's 1, I mean, what's the difference after 1? It might as well just be 2.
We've already gone this far. Yeah.
So let's. Why don't we have a little conversation to get a lot of questions right now from everybody? Like, so when can we do doubles?
Okay.
When can we use weights?
Yeah.
When do you think we can do this? And can we use the bathroom? So why don't we jump 1 month in advance and let's maybe
2 weeks.
2 weeks in advance.
Yeah, we're going 2 weeks and then we're going to go to month.
Let's give them something.
So we just didn't even finish the first week, right? So we're still no doubles, right? Because our capacity is half capacity still. The government has not lifted that. So we want to give everybody an equal opportunity to get in here. And when you get in here, I mean, we got the best coaches. You know what I mean? Like I listen to your sessions. I listen to Jen's sessions. I know Wilson. I know Hugo, right? Big Mama is an animal, right? And you're going to get an amazing session. And there's no more pacing yourself, right? Like I see everything. Right? If there's like people here, I'm watching every single person's rep. What are you doing on your knees? You know what I mean? Why'd you stop before the bell?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
like these are the things that now we're watching because we're conditioned. Yeah. We don't stop before the bell when we're on our virtual. So why would he give you that slack? And so if you're doing a double, and there's probably only a handful of people that like I've worked with in the past that I say you're approved to do a double because they give 110 every single time. If we can get you in that one and done, the calories that you're going to burn, like you that 30 minutes is that perfect sweet spot. Nothing more. There's actually tons of research on there that show that 30 minutes is that sweet spot for building muscle and burning fat. And so once you go past that, you start to dip into different energy sources. Yeah. So number one, there's still not going to be any doubles for this week and next week and the week after. There's going to be some time changes. There's just going to be a little bit of time change just based around what time people are rolling in and what's what they're comfortable with.
Nothing major, just a few minutes here and there.
Just a few changes. Next week we've accelerated it, so we were planning to do body weight for 2 weeks. And again, this plan could change week to week, right? And then the next week we incorporate dumbbell training. So we ask that if you are stronger and you are conditioned to leave the lighter weights for the people that maybe are just getting going. So that would be that transition. Outside of that, I mean, we're still going to do the virtuals. The virtual time is going to change next week because I like to get all the different coaches' personalities on camera, right? But Jerome's set up here, so all the virtuals will be ran here. And if you've seen the setup, we've got the 55-inch or 65-inch TV here. We got, you know what I mean? He's not lugging that over to West.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So next week it's going to be Jenny from the block, 6:45 a.m. And then after that it's going to be the Ricardo show at 3:45. So you guys got to bring the thunder.
Bring it.
Bring it.
Always a hard.
I love my 8:30 people that come in. Like Jesse's next to me. The guy's giving her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like when Jerome zooms in and he goes hardcore. And you know what I mean? It makes people push a little bit harder.
Everybody on 345, whoever's coming to my class, be ready because I'm going to cherry pick you. I'm going to put you right beside me, and you're going to sweat until you're crying. I promise. That's how that's going to go down.
This week is quarantine lean week, right?
Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah. Like this is conditioning, right? High intensity interval training. Next week we'll get back to building the muscle, and then probably we'll integrate the machines closer to the end of June, early July, but they are coming. We already have the programs ready to go. It's just a matter of like logistics. So, this is the best way to do it. You need to periodize yourself. If you do the similar training all the time, like if we're doing circuits with, it's good to do just a week of body weight, just a week of dumbbell work, just a week of machines, just a week of conditioning. Like that's how your body's going to keep getting results without having to really manipulate your diet, right? Yep. We know the diet and you work out, you're going to get amazing results. But a lot of us don't want to work on the diet, but a lot of us just want to work out. Yeah. So we got to keep coming up with finding creative ways to keep your body shocked and to continue to get the results.
Yeah. And I feel like the psychology behind the doubles, a lot of people, and I know this for sure, will do doubles, even triples, just so that they're not at home eating.
Yeah.
They got to stay occupied. They got to do something,
it's
right?
It's something to do. So when we open up capacity, let's get some lounge chairs in here. Yeah, I love it. I love when people are hanging out. No problem.
That's what we've created. We created the social environment so people look at it as that. They're going to hang out. Instead of going and having coffee and pie or whatever at Baked Expectations.
Or watching another episode of Sons.
Yeah. And I will tell you this, getting back to the doubles. So I'm a coach here. I've been here into my 4th year. Yeah. I can probably count on one hand how many times I've done doubles.
Me too.
I just do singles. I think that's the most effective way, in and out, as hard as you possibly can. And what I really love is that last set, the third round, where your chest is on fire, but you're just thinking to yourself, 6 minutes, just 6 minutes. And then you just go balls to the wall until you can't even breathe. And I always feel the best is when I really push myself like that. That's always what I like to do. So.
First round usually for me is like, unless I'm on the camera, is a warm-up round, right? And then I hit it hard second round. Yeah. There's no excuses now, RJ. You are warm. You've gone through it once. You're not going to crumble. You know what I mean? You're not going to break anything. Just go hard. And then that last one is like, I'm not leaving here with my head down. Yeah. That's what I always say. Leave it on a high note, guys. And I always say, earn your dinner.
Yeah, you got to earn everything.
Earn your dinner.
Earn everything. Earn that Pepsi that you like so much. Earn that pie that you eat at night there. So. Yeah. Anyways, real quick, what I want to do is I just want to recap our sponsors. We're not going to go through them. Just real quick, these are the people who supported us while we were in quarantine. They're the ones who wrote us checks to do some advertising, so we had a little bit of money coming in. So I just want to give a shout-out to CSP Embroidery. That's my company. We got ADR Properties, VapeUp.co. That's Umish, Olson, and Jones, our accountants. They're the ones who take care of us financially. Edible Arrangements, Synoptic Heating and Cooling. She's actually the sponsor of this month, giving away $1,000 cash. Bones and Marrow Broth Company. If you're looking for something to add into your diet, they have a really good product. Inside Out Painting, Diamond Wax, Anita Sharma from Remax, Jan Michael Ray's RBC Mortgage Specialist. Foam Insulation Manitoba, Mountain Bean Coffee. This is Carrie right over here. And they're open, by the way, so if you guys want to go and sit down and have a coffee. Strong Nation by Jen. She's going to be crushing real workouts pretty soon as well. The new Winnipeg Dodge Jeep Chrysler. That's the last one, and he actually has been supporting us for years. So if you're looking for a vehicle, guys, support them. And if you see any businesses on there that you need their services, make sure you support those.
And if you have your own business that you want us to be promoting and supporting within our Fit Fam, then contact Rick and we'll get you all set up.
Yeah, and we can take care of everything, all your marketing, shoot your videos. We can show you how to put it online.
Make it famous.
We'll make you Fit Club famous.
Fit Club famous. That's the thing. So a couple things too, Rick, is that we got the T-shirt order going out, right? So tomorrow is the final day. You have options of a white tank top, a gray tank top, or a black tank top for women. And then the logo options are 3 options. Number 1 is the new rose gold, which is going to look awesome. So it's that shiny, beautiful rose gold. Like if you get a nice watch and it's rose gold, that's exactly how it's going to look.
Like the iPhone.
Yeah, like the iPhone, exactly. Number 2 is the gold, like our original standard gold that I absolutely love.
Which is a metallic gold, so it's shiny.
Gold, yeah, you can see the logo on the Vlog. And then we have the straight out of quarantine onto the blue. Yeah. That's a great shirt. And then we have an add-on. I think we can do about 12 hats, right?
Yeah. I feel like that's straight out of quarantine back onto. That's going to be one of those monumental shirts.
Yeah, you got to get one.
Yeah, you have to. If you were part of this thing, you have to. And then you need to just frame it. Don't even wear it.
Yeah,
Just
don't
frame
even wear it.
Yeah, it's one of those like vintage pieces that you're like, this is part of history, right?
2 years down the road, it's just like when we opened up, right? And then we had all these like shirts. Remember those shirts, the ATCs?
I loved all these different things that we used to. Is that what you mean? Like all the different logos, or
no?
just
But we had the
shirts
very
that we had in the
beginner,
beginning?
the very beginning shirt. And somebody rolls in there. I think Wilson's still got some NLT shirts. Okay. And then you roll in here and you're just like, hey, that was April 2016 or whatever it is.
I know those weird styles too, but I mean, that was the style then. But you wear it now.
Things have evolved.
Yeah, they certainly have.
Yeah. And then also we're still doing the charity check-in. So we've now merged Fit Club North and Fit Club West into one account. So it's just Fit Club. As you can see in the live here, Fit Club, we got the name, man. That's insane.
Yeah, so remind everybody. So we no longer have Fit Club West, Fit Club North. Now everything is just Fit Club.
The Instagram account is Fit Club Winnipeg.
Okay.
Couldn't get Fit Club, unfortunately. And our main account for Facebook fan page is just Fit Club. So Fit Club. Love it. So short, so sweet.
And everything under one now, right?
Everything under one roof. So you can still check in, even though if you're out west, you can still check into that location because that's the only place that our donation is being tracked.
Okay.
So even if it's not the actual physical location, that's fine. Still check in.
You mean the plant a tree?
Plant a tree.
Okay.
Yeah. And so basically the system works is we work with a company called Cosley. Now Cosley teams up with thousands of other gym owners throughout the world. And basically each pool, they take a fraction of $1 or something like that, right? Yep. So every time you check in, they take a portion of $1 and then they put that, and then the money just keeps pooling up and up and up. So the more check-ins we get, the more that we donate, right? And even during quarantine, I kept it going. And so I have there's just a standard fee that I have to pay. I kept that going. I want to see that go up. And so the more people that check in, then the more donations. And it's not always going to be, for dogs. It's not always going to be for kids in Africa. It's not always going to be for, local companies. It's just whatever they decide. And I'm okay with that because to run a charity, trust me, I still have money sitting for the cancer care shirts. It's sitting on my desk. It bothers me every day. I just don't want to go in.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I got the check sitting there and it sits in my face. So every day I look at it and it just kills me a little bit.
Yeah.
I got that one. I got the heart and stroke one still sitting.
Yeah. So what do you mean it's still sitting there? We haven't presented it
We raised
yet?
money in February for heart and stroke.
Okay.
And I got the check sitting there that I got to go and give to them.
Oh, we just haven't because of Corona.
I just haven't gone because of Corona.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then same with cancer care. I don't think they'd let me in there. So it's just sitting there. Right. I guess I can just do it online, but I like to go there and give it to them.
Well, sure.
Right?
We got to shoot Jerome and shoot a video with
Jerome.
Of course.
Exactly.
Of course.
So still the hashtag for the month is plant a tree. Now the way that you can order supplements is that Rick started this sign up sheet. It's all honor system, right? So you take one candy and you write your name,
write it down,
and then you leave, right? So write down what you took. You can still order directly through Big Mama or Jen online, and she'll take care of all that stuff. And then check-ins. So before we were doing check-ins, we'd have somebody sitting there, but because of capacity issues and whatnot, and actually I really like to see the sweaty selfies personally.
Yeah.
Because then I get to see a face to a name. There's people I won't see in the early mornings or people I won't see in the evenings. I'm like, oh yeah, that person. So when I see them, I'm like, I know your name.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So the check-in is on the Big Mama Jen's accountability group.
So every morning Jen posts what's going on for today, and then underneath there you just post a sweaty selfie. And then if you don't want to post a photo, that's fine. Just say, hey, checking in for 2:15 or checking in for 8:30 or whatever time slot you did. Then Jackie goes in there and she goes through the entire list, so the 200 comments, and she goes and she's got North and West accounts open and she's giving you credit. So you still got a book. Yep. And then
book on Zen.
Book on Zen, and then she goes in there, looks at your photo, and she gives you credit.
Yeah.
So if your name is something weird on Facebook and it doesn't match in
clarify for us.
Yeah, you got some secret name because you just don't want anybody.
Which happens?
It's all lots.
Lots, yeah.
And you have to make sure you let in your post know that, hey, this is me.
Yeah.
And you can check if your attendance has been tracked. You just go in the app and you'll be able to see it. So you'll be able to backtrack and say, oh, shoot, I didn't post my picture.
Let's give them a quick reminder. What are the milestones now? What are we working for?
So still the 200. Yeah.
Which is the jacket.
We got some jackets now, right?
Yeah,
Thank you, Rick.
Yep.
And 1,000, man. Get on the wall. That's huge, right?
Yeah.
It takes time, and you want to get there. And once you get there, it's a massive accomplishment. Now we've got even a 2,000. So for all the people that are above the 1,000, then like that 2000 gold emblem, like I would definitely want to get on there, and we want to wrap this wall, right? Like we want to wrap this wall 1000.
You think about the accomplishment that is, right?
It's huge.
What are we up 3% of the world who actually just works out on a regular basis 3 times a week? Look at what a small percentage of the world we are just by doing that.
Yeah.
Think about who you are by doing 1,000 workouts. You're like a 0.00001% of the world.
The world.
You know what I mean? So if you ever wanted to be, remembered for something, it's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, we don't take anybody down.
You know? No.
They're up there. You earned it. You're going to stay forever in my life.
Yeah.
And I look at these all the time, and I'm okay with it.
Superstars, rock stars. You know, that's who kids should look up to, is the ones up on those walls over
Totally. There. And right now you have the opportunity that, like, if you want to, people are like, oh, I just don't have time to go to the gym. It's like, hey, guess what? Being a Fit Club member, you can do virtual too. Right? And so you can do it at home. Oh, you got 30 minutes. It's only 30 minutes. Really, the workout's only like 23, 24 if you take out the stretch and everything.
Yeah.
And then, you can do that at any time. Yeah. Like you can make 30 minutes at a time.
You know what? 2020, the I'm too busy and I have no time, that got canceled. That doesn't exist anymore. Period. We don't accept that as an excuse. And I think everybody, if you can accept that yourself as not being an excuse, then you're going to free up a lot of things. You just got to prioritize it, right? Yeah. And again, getting back to it, this is why we say just 30 minutes. So don't overthink it and be like, I got to do it for 2 hours. No, you don't. You literally, however long it takes you to drive here, which might be, say, 15, you work out for 30, you're home in 15. Yeah. So 1 hour of travel, workout, and back. I mean, everybody should be able to plan that. Yeah. And you certainly should try and prioritize it.
And just don't overthink it. Like you said.
Don't overthink it.
You and I, we didn't really have an agenda for the podcast, but we're like, you know what? We just need to do it.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. You just go. You just do it. Don't, I'll start next week, or, I got this thing and that thing. Because once you start piling it up in your head, then it's like, okay, now you're overstacking. But I bet, like a lot of times I'll be like, oh man, I got so much things. And then I write down like, oh crap, I have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you do once you write it down.
Yeah, exactly.
You can see it. Yeah. But when you're just kind of flying by the seat of your pants and you're sort of overthinking stuff, and then worst case scenario, that's usually what it is.
That's what it is. Yeah.
And then
you overthink it and you think it blows up in your head, and it's really nothing.
All right, so we're not going to make this podcast overly long. I know you got to get going here. Let's give some tips. So we got 1 week of working out underneath our belt.
Yeah.
The way that you saw a lot of rock stars that are already relatively back, already good. Let's help out the people who haven't made their way back here yet. Okay. First thing I want to tell you is, of course, we just said, and maybe we shouldn't have, but everybody looks really good. Yeah. So if you did in fact gain 20 pounds, don't roll in here thinking that we're gonna judge you on that. Okay, we get. In fact, we want you here. You're the type of person that we want to see you back here, and we want to help you get rid of those 20 pounds. What else can we tell people about getting back started? Basically, your fitness reboot 2.0. What are we telling them?
So come often. Yeah. Right. Like, I know your body's gonna want to break, but you're better to come and do something light versus do nothing at all, because the worst thing you can do, like, I'm sore sitting.
I mean, me too, man.
Right? Like right now my legs are throbbing because I've been sitting for 30 minutes. But if I get up and get moving again, that blood continues to circulate and you actually speed the recovery.
Yeah.
So the best thing to do, it's just like a hangover. What's the cure for hangover? Another drink. What's the cure for sore muscles? Another workout. Just come show up, and just, we're going to push you, but you know, we're going to also understand. We're not going to be like, what are you doing? And we're jumping on your back. And you know what I mean? Like, we're going to be accommodating to you.
And you need to feel the energy.
Yeah. So just keep coming, get your 5 days in. You can take the weekends off, right? And those will be your like complete rest and recover days. And then Monday you come back and you absolutely crush it.
Yeah. And I would even say, even if it's not 5, even if it's 3 here, minimum and then 3. Do a Saturday and then do a Saturday workout outside. But like, just get back moving again. But you're right. Like, I'm dying right now. My knees are crazy. My hips are crazy. I get out of bed and like my abs are so tight.
Yeah.
Like I've missed the workouts every second day, but I'm also coaching 4 classes, and you know what coaching is like. You're doing the workouts. So
especially when you're like this type of workout, right?
Yeah, well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, you literally have to do it. You're not only you demonstrating, but
and you can't go in correct form.
Not really. Well, I actually kept the line open where I could step out a little bit, but you're not putting hands on people. You're not going out. You're basically just verbalizing it, but you do the demo for 10 seconds while they're watching you, and then you do the first 15 with them so that, you're energized with them, and then after that you got to breathe, like, you need your own break. So
I find these workouts I need to do a little bit of it. Like, if I just get into coaching mode and I'm not moving, I feel like my energy is down to a 9, right? So I always have to, like, jump back in there at some point in time and do it all out just to get that like, adrenaline going again.
And then the challenge is we as coaches have to pace ourselves, is because you don't want to gas out early on. Otherwise, you're useless for the next 2 or 3 or 4 classes. Whatever you're coaching, right?
I wonder how Wilson's doing.
Tell that story about what he did. Remember when he was working out in front of the camera for the first time?
Oh, yeah. So, guys, if you haven't had a chance to
Wiznok.
Coach Wiznok's, the wizard, I'm here knocking at your door. Tracy Cramble called him Winston today.
Oh, yeah?
Winston.
So he was working out that one day.
Yeah,
it was his first time on camera.
He went. So I was here watching him, and he was just fired up. Right, him and Jerome were here at 6 a.m. for some reason. The session didn't start till 7, and so he's just like right away. Even his warm up, he was going he's going nuts. Right.
Yeah.
First round, he's doing everything with everybody. By the end of it, he looked up at me, and I was like, this guy's gonna die.
Yeah.
Like he looked at me, he's like, right. He lost track of his workout. He went nuts.
Yeah.
And
of course, Jerome's got his camera right on him, so he can't take a break.
and I'm like, let's go, Wilson. Let's go, Wilson. So I think he's found his rhythm now. He's coaching pretty much 5 days a week now.
Yeah.
He'll go 6 this week. No, he'll go.
Do you remember any of your early day coaching? Like you've been a coach for what, 10 years?
Yeah.
Do you remember your first group fitness class? Like, did that stick out to you?
No, I've always kind of like coached in and around the same. I think I'm more on fire now doing this kind of stuff. I'm way more conditioned for it. And I've always had that separation between coaching and working out. I've never really worked out with my guys, right? But when I first started, it was pretty boring training, like personal training. It was one-on-one, typical. That's all I knew. Like next week we have Craig coming in, so he was kind of like my mentor coming up. When it came to like training, but he was a very typical guy. So I'll probably call him out on that. Every day was Mondays, chest, Tuesday back, Wednesday legs. Now I'm like, why are we doing legs once a week?
Yeah.
Like, dude, let's hit legs 3 times a week and chest 3 times a week.
It's
and
meathead training, man.
Yeah. And so that's kind of what I was teaching when I first started, and it wasn't until I really expanded and I actually did some work with the Montreal Canadiens and just got an idea of what like really cross training, HIIT training really is. And out of this quarantine, what I really learned was this body weight training. Like that, we never really did a lot of that. We would do it Saturdays, right? And we never really did a full week of HIIT training like we do this week. Now it's like, that's like the new standard, right? Because like we need that push, right?
Oh, yeah.
When we get into the weights and stuff, it might seem a little bit slow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if we're doing curls, like you can't. How do you like? Yeah, let's go curls, right? So that's what I learned out of the quarantine as a coach. I also learned like so much more mobility, right? So now like with these sessions, I get to do a mobility session after each one. And I 100% believe, well, it's probably 70% of my recovery, like how I'm able to do this at the same intensity every single day. Yeah. And my thing is I don't want to get hurt. Right? If I get hurt, I'm useless.
Exactly.
So the extra stretching is what's conditioning my legs and my joints and everything to be able to recover. So
yeah. Okay, one final question, and then we're out of here. Okay. That ponytail on top of your head. Oh yeah. How long are you growing it for?
I'm gonna grow it till September.
All right, that answers that question. So no, he is not cutting it off. He's rocking that pony, and we're gonna enjoy it. Everybody, have a good day.
Yeah.